Hello again. Here I am working with Knight, the horse who sometimes becomes overwhelmed with his really powerful emotions. Right now I have him in a very nice walk online where he has struggled. I had gone to working him at Liberty because of this. When I ask him to trot, he shows some emotional dysregulation. He's no longer looking towards me, he's looking away, and his emotional state changed a lot more than I would like to see, and a lot more than I usually see in any given horse. Right there was an emotional expression, and if I allow that to keep going, it has escalated in the past to where he would be pulling me around. At Liberty, he was crashing into gates. He just didn't know how to regulate his own emotions. So that was quieter, so I'm giving him a break. Interestingly, he kind of forgot I was there, and to me, that's very telling. I bring him into me for a break, and that very submissive, very low head, that's something that I want to take real attention to. I also spend time evaluating his emotional state by how much reassurance he needs. I have found that his reassurance posture is to usually have his nose touching me. And I cut a lot of it out, or we would be here watching him put his nose on me for a long period of time. Here I am saying, yes, I know you want to be close to me. Can you be a little farther away from me and be okay? And he's trying pretty well here. He's like, okay, there we go. And this is a pretty good walk. It's got a good tempo. His neck is relaxed. This is nice. So I'm very happy with this because we didn't have this before. So, like I said, long stride, slow rhythm, and we'll see if we can take it up to the trot. There's some of that emotions popping out. So I'm just going to bring him back to the walk and then ask again. In other places, this was seen as him being bad or him being naughty. What I found out through spending quite a bit of time with him and pretty much trying everything else was that he felt, I believe, like he wasn't being heard, and he would escalate his behavior until someone actually heard him, and that behavior got very big and really not safe for his owner. That's why I'm working so hard on his emotional state. I want him to be able to stay at an emotional state he's comfortable with through all of the work, even if I have to start with trotting online. That was very good, very quiet, back to the walk. This is nice. Now we're getting somewhere. I really do like this walk. Back up to the trot. Nice. He looks a little bit guarded, like he's a little bit more tense, but he's keeping it together pretty well. Some of this is taking him to the edge of what's a little bit difficult, but where he can still tolerate it. And again, that place where he comes very close and gently, he's not being rude, gently puts his nose on me is how I first came to understand he needed some help. And so I definitely allow for this because he needs it. And it also shows me if we only stand here for 10 seconds and then he kind of shakes his head and said he's ready for something else, that's one thing. But if he stands there for a few minutes, he is in need of quite a bit of reassurance. And it's okay. It's okay for a being to need comfort and to need reassurance if they don't understand and their anxiety level is quite high. That's the way to help them regulate and realize they're doing the right thing. I don't believe this is too much for a horse to ask when I'm asking him to do a lot. Here we see the emotions starting to come up a little bit more. This is more of the behavior we started with, which was very rapid head tossing, which is an anxiety response plus the reversing on his own. He just didn't know what I wanted him to do. And right here, I'm just asking him to take a few strides of canter. And you can see he's looking away. He's just really not able to put this together emotionally. Now, of course, there are a lot of technical things I can do to help this go better, but it is really difficult to teach a being something if they are in an emotional state that can't receive it. That's why I am seeing to his emotional state first, then I will see to the technical side of things. After that, I'm allowing him to come in. I think that's enough of that for right now. And again, I'm going to check on his emotional regulation. I want you to notice the breathing. If you look at his belly, he did not work hard enough for that kind of respiration rate and that kind of anxiety level. If he was doing okay and emotionally fine, right there, another movement that says, I am not okay. So after we stood there for some minutes, I'm like, let's try again and see if we can. And already his nose is to the outside, and this is not like I'm talking technically. I'm talking emotionally. He doesn't want to be here anymore. And that to me says something, because it's definitely not about me. I haven't done anything to him to bring him to this place. So you could look at it as sort of past experiences have brought him to this place. And I am trying to explain to him that he can do things differently and feel differently about it. I wanted to bring him down online so that he knew that being online doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be bad. So I spent some time walking and coming in. This is not, I didn't pause this. He literally does this because he needs the help. And I want him to remember this time online as at the end being quiet and together and supported. I don't want him to think that time online is demanding and scary. Now on to a place where he feels safe and he feels very connected. I give him some time at liberty, and you can see that his posture is totally different. His neck is really relaxed. He is looking toward me, and he is easily able to walk or trot or back, do anything I would like him to do without changing his emotional state. And in case you're curious, I am not using food rewards with this particular horse. So he's not coming in looking for cookies. He really is coming in looking for safety. And my instinct told me that would be the best route for him, and so that's what I'm doing. Again, at the trot, he's not emotionally getting up and higher. He's staying level and quiet and engaged and wanting to be here in this place. And that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm going to spend my time bridging into all of the rest of his work.